The Australian outback is unforgiving. The only real proving ground for off-road gear in Australia is getting out there and tackling the toughest real-world conditions without limits. This is the Cruisemaster Rat Run, and this year, Cape York's calling.
Hi guys, welcome to the 2021 Rat Run. This year we've got a massive trip coming up. We've got 3 cars, 3 trailers, a bunch of new products that we're keen to test out. This year we're heading up the Cape. We are on the cusp of the wet season, so we don't know what the conditions are going to be like yet. So we better hit the road.
Can't deny it, life's a treat, I just wanna try it. This is the good life, soak in the good vibes. We're living out our dreams, we're living wild and free. So drink up the sunshine, 'cause everything's alright. We're living out our dreams, yeah, this is the good life. Can't deny it.
How do you notice? You just saw it in your mirror.
Yeah, no, I looked back because I was watching got a valve and then I
should do.
Both tyres, looked at both tyres and then could see a fair bolt. And then from 50 metres, or 100 metres where it took us to it went like hard. They're not even done up.
Seriously. All right, we're about 60 k's from Serena, and Josh was driving the BT50 with the little rat trailer on, and he saw that the tyre was going down, and in about the 100 k's it takes to stop, it had completely gone flat. So the guys are just going to get into it now and figure out what's going on. It's got a prototype product on it, which may be the cause of the issue, but we'll find out in a minute. All right, we're all sorted. We're not going to be able to put it completely back together because we don't have enough parts, but we'll get those probably tomorrow now, and we'll get that fixed before we hit the dirt. Are you around the back near the accommodation?
No, we're still 2 minutes away.
Oh, we're here.
Okay, we'll look out for you.
Coming up to you, I might steal a few stones from the river just to throw at you, 'cause I know I'm gonna hurt you.
So we're just heading off now from Mackay. We had a good steak at the pub last night. Did get in a little bit later than we were expecting, but meant we got to check out the spotlights. We're working on all the vehicles and they're all good to go. They're making a quick dash to fill all the cars up. We didn't have time to do that last night, and now we're going to be heading up to Cairns. Got to get a couple of spare parts along the way that we forgot to pack in the trailers, but other than that, we're traveling well.
Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go, with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day, it's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins. Every step, writing stories that seek to be read, taking hold of the moment as we discover every color filled with wonder. Now we finally see we got everything we need. Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go, with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day, it's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins. Here we go. Here we go. Heading out on our own with our hope in the clouds. We're starting to see that we're onto something. Feel it coming now.
Had another big day in the saddle today. We left Mackay and now we're in Cairns. Had a couple of issues yesterday. Stopped off at the Bunnings earlier today in Townsville, got some spare parts, got some other gear for our trip tomorrow. We got into town a bit late tonight, so we've just had a steak at the local pub, all ready to hit the swags now and get some sleep. And tomorrow we're going to finally hit the dirt. So we've been doing these rat runs for a few years now, and one of the things we've found to be a problem quite a few times is the plugs falling off the back of the car. At the beginning of every trip we tend to replace them anyway, so we've got parts in good condition. However, the corrugations and that type of thing, they always have a problem. So we find that we tend to zip tie or tape the Anderson plugs together so they can't fall out. And the same thing with the 7 and 12 pin trailer plugs. It just stops you having a problem when you're out there on the tracks.
I'm setting the sun, I'm ready to run, I'm walking a tightrope. I can give you the fall, spring singing a song, we're taking the high road. We're taking the high road. We're finally awakened, we're taking the high road.
All right, beautiful day here in Cairns. Today we're going to head up to Musgrave Roadhouse. Just a little bit delayed, we're just finishing a couple of things off on the trailers. We found one of the plates on the back there is loose. We needed an extra bolt in it, so we're just tightening that up to prevent rattles. The BT50 had a suspension kit put in it just before we left, so we're checking the U-bolt nuts on that to make sure nothing comes loose. So we'll get all that stowed away and we'll head off.
We're taking the high road. We're finally awakened, we're taking the high road. I'm setting the sun, I'm ready to run, I'm walking a tightrope. I give you the fall, spring singing a song, we're taking the high road. We're taking
All right, we've just hit the dirt. It took a bit longer than it did in the previous years. It's been about 5-6 years since we last came to the Cape. There's quite a bit more bitumen before the dirt started. However, we're straight into the corrugations. So we've just dropped about 10 to 15 PSI out of all the tyres. Now we're gonna hit the road and head up to Musgrave and see how we go.